Margaret, what are you doing? Why are you packing? Going to visit an old friend, sweetheart. Just for a few days. But Mom, we need you here. The kids have soccer practice. And I have that work conference. You'll manage, Jennifer. You always do. Hello, everyone. I'm Margaret Anderson, 72 years old, from Portland, Oregon. And what I'm about to tell you might sound unbelievable, but every word is true. Before we start, could you do me a small favor? If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support means the world to me. And it helps other women who might need to hear this story. You see, for the past 15 years, I thought I was living the perfect life. My daughter Jennifer, her husband Brad, and my two grandchildren Emma and Lucas all under one roof. The house I bought with my late husband's life insurance money. The house that was supposed to be my sanctuary. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being Margaret. I became Mom and Grandma, but not in the loving way. I became the unpaid nanny, the housekeeper, the cook, the chauffeur. And I didn't even realize it was happening. It started innocently enough. After my husband Robert passed away, Jennifer suggested I sell our family home. Mom, that house is way too big for you now. Why don't you sell it and move in with us? We have that extra room, and you won't be lonely. At the time, it sounded perfect. I was drowning in grief, and the thought of being alone terrified me. So I sold the house, our beautiful craftsman home where we'd raised Jennifer. Where Robert and I had celebrated 35 anniversaries. I used half the money to pay off Jennifer and Brad's mortgage. Think of it as an early inheritance, I said. Now you can save for the kids' college. The rest I kept in savings. For emergencies, I told myself. For my future. The first year was lovely. Jennifer seemed genuinely happy to have me. The kids were excited about Grandma moving in. Brad was. Well, Brad was polite. But then, slowly, things changed. It started with small requests. Mom, since you're home anyway, could you pick up Emma from school? I have a yoga class. Grandma, can you make your special cookies for my class party? Margaret, we're having clients over Friday. Could you maybe stay in your room that evening? That last one stung. Stay in my room? In the house I'd paid for? But I told myself I was being sensitive. They needed their space. It was their house now, technically. The requests became expectations. The expectations became demands. My typical day looked like this. 6 a.m. wake up, make breakfast for everyone. 7:30 a.m. drive Emma to school, Lucas to daycare. 8:30 a.m. grocery shopping, errands. 12 p.m. laundry, cleaning, meal prep. 3 p.m. pick up Emma, drive her to soccer dance tutoring. 5 p.m. pick up Lucas from daycare. 6 p.m. cook dinner for 5 people. 7 p.m. clean up, help with homework. 9 p.m. collapse into bed. Jennifer worked from home as a marketing consultant. She was home all day. But somehow, none of the household duties were hers anymore. When I gently suggested she could pick up Emma, sometimes she looked at me like I'd asked her to climb Mount Everest. Mom, I have calls scheduled all afternoon. You know that. Plus, you love spending time with Emma, right? And I did love spending time with Emma. But that wasn't the point. The breaking point came on my 72nd birthday. I woke up early, as usual, and came downstairs to make breakfast. There were no cards on the table. No, happy birthday, Mom. No flowers. Nothing. Jennifer was already at her laptop. Morning, Mom. Could you make those blueberry pancakes today? Brad loves them. Jennifer. Do you know what day it is? Thursday? Why? My heart sank. It's my birthday. She looked up, genuine surprise on her face. Oh my God, is it? Mom, I'm so sorry. I've been so swamped with this product launch. We'll do something this weekend, okay? But we didn't do anything that weekend. Or the next. That night, I lay in bed, my small room at the back of the house. The one that used to be the laundry room, and I cried. Not just because they forgot my birthday, but because I realized something devastating. I had become invisible. I wasn't Margaret Anderson anymore, retired teacher, widow, lover of mystery novels and classical music. I was just Mom, a convenient fixture in the house. Like the refrigerator or the washing machine. The very next day, something interesting happened. A letter arrived. Official looking, from a law firm in Boston. Dear Mrs. Anderson, regarding the estate of your late cousin, Patricia Whitmore. I had to sit down. Patricia, my wild, adventurous cousin who'd moved to Boston 40 years ago. And whom I'd only seen at family reunions. We'd exchanged Christmas cards, but that was about it. She'd passed away 3 months ago, and I hadn't even known. The letter said she'd left me something in her will. And I needed to come to Boston to claim it. The bequest is substantial and requires your presence. For the reading of the will and transfer of assets. I stared at that letter for a long time. Then I did something I hadn't done in 15 years. I made a decision entirely for myself. Jennifer, I'm going to Boston for a week. Maybe 2. She looked up from her phone, annoyed. Boston? When? I'm leaving Friday. This Friday? Mom, that's in 3 days. I can't just drop everything. You won't have to. Brad can help with the kids. Brad works 60 hours a week. And I've been working 120 hours a week for free. You'll manage. The look on her face was priceless. Shock, anger, and was that guilt? Mom, are you serious right now? What about Emma's science project? What about Lucas's doctor appointment? What about Jennifer? I said, my voice calm but firm. I am 72 years old. I just realized I forgot my own birthday. Because I was too busy serving your family breakfast. I'm going to Boston. That Friday, I took a taxi to the airport. Nobody offered to drive me. Jennifer was too busy, and Brad conveniently had an early meeting. As the plane took off, I felt something I hadn't felt in years: freedom. Boston was beautiful. Crisp autumn air, colorful leaves, that historic charm. The law office was in a brick building near Boston Common. The lawyer, Mr. Patterson, was a kind man in his 60s. Mrs. Anderson, I'm sorry for your loss. Patricia spoke of you fondly. Thank you. I wish I'd stayed in touch better. She understood. Life gets busy. He opened a folder. Now, regarding her estate. Patricia never married, had no children. You were her closest living relative. She's left you her home in Beacon Hill. Along with the contents, and a portfolio of investments. I nearly fell off my chair. Her home? Yes. A 3-story townhouse, fully paid off. It's worth approximately $2.3 million. The investment portfolio is worth another $1.8 million. The room spun. I don't understand. Patricia was a librarian. A librarian who invested wisely and lived frugally, Mr. Patterson smiled. She wanted you to have security in your final years. She was quite specific about that. He handed me another envelope. She also left you this personal letter. I opened it with shaking hands. Dear Margaret, if you're reading this, I'm gone, and you're hopefully sitting in Mr. Patterson's office, shocked out of your mind. I know we drifted apart over the years, but I always kept track of you. I know Robert passed away. I know you sold your home and moved in with Jennifer. And I know because I know you, Maggie, that you've been taking care of everyone except yourself. This house, this money, it's yours. No strings attached. But I have one request: don't give it away. Don't use it to help your daughter. Buy a bigger house or fund your grandchildren's education. Those are their parents' responsibilities. Use it for you. Travel. Live. Be Margaret again, not just Mom or Grandma. You sacrificed enough during your working years. Raising Jennifer while teaching full-time after Robert had his first heart attack. You've earned the right to be selfish. Be brave, Maggie. Choose yourself. Love always. Patricia. I cried right there in that lawyer's office. Not sad tears, grateful tears. Patricia had seen me. Really seen me. Mr. Patterson gave me the keys to the townhouse. Would you like to see it? The house was breathtaking. 3 stories of exposed brick, original hardwood floors. A library that would make any book lover weep. Large windows overlooking the historic street. A garden in the back. And it was mine. I stayed in Boston for 2 weeks, not 1. I furnished a few rooms with basics. Met the neighbors who were lovely, and opened a bank account at a local branch. Jennifer called every day. Mom, when are you coming back? This is getting ridiculous. I'm not sure, honey. What do you mean you're not sure? You live here. Actually, Jennifer, I'm starting to think I might live here. In Boston. Silence. You can't be serious. I'm very serious. But what about us? What about the kids? What about me, Jennifer? More silence. I'll call you back. She didn't call back that day. Or the next. On my 3rd week in Boston, I received an email from Jennifer. A long one. The subject line read, "We need to talk." The email detailed everything I'd abandoned, Emma's struggles in math, Lucas's behavioral issues at daycare, Brad's stress levels, Jennifer's inability to balance work and home. Then came the guilt trip. Mom, I know you're angry about the birthday thing. I apologized. But this is cruel. We need you. The kids are asking for you every day. Don't they matter to you anymore? Then came the final paragraph. Also, I spoke to a lawyer. Since you used your money to pay off our mortgage, and you've been living here for 15 years, you might actually have legal claim to partial ownership of the house. But I don't want it to come to that. Please just come home and we can work this out as a family. I read that email 3 times. The manipulation was so clear now. The guilt, the threats, the emotional blackmail. I called my own lawyer in Portland just to check. She confirmed that legally, a gift is a gift. I had no claim to their house, and Jennifer knew it. She was bluffing, trying to scare me into coming back. That's when I realized I wasn't going back. I called Jennifer. Hi, honey. Mom. Finally. Did you get my email? I did. And I've made my decision. I'm staying in Boston. You can't. Jennifer, let me finish. I'm not abandoning you or the kids. But I'm not coming back to be your live-in nanny and housekeeper. If you want to visit, you're welcome anytime. But my home is here now. This is unbelievable. After everything we've done for you. Everything you've done for me? My voice stayed calm, but firm. Jennifer, I paid off your mortgage. I've provided free childcare and housekeeping for 15 years. I'm not saying you owe me, but please don't pretend I owe you. I heard Brad's voice in the background. What about the inheritance? Jennifer said suddenly. From Patricia. Don't we get anything? And there it was. The inheritance is mine, Jennifer. Just like Patricia intended. But we're family. We're struggling here, Mom. That money could change our lives. Your lives are fine, Jennifer. You have good jobs, a paid-off house, healthy kids. What you don't have is free labor anymore. I can't believe you're being this selfish. Maybe I am, and maybe it's about time. I hung up. For 3 days, I heard nothing. Then Emma called. My sweet, 13-year-old Emma. Grandma? I miss you. Are you really not coming back? My heart broke. I miss you too, sweetheart. So much. Then why won't you come home? Because, Emma, sometimes people need to choose themselves. It doesn't mean I love you less. It means I love myself too. Mom says you inherited a lot of money and you're being greedy. I took a deep breath. Emma, I want you to remember something. When you grow up, when you become a woman, people will expect you to sacrifice everything. Your time, your dreams, your money. They'll call it love. Sometimes it is love, but sometimes, sweetheart, you have to save something for yourself. Do you understand? I think so. Good. Now, I have a question. How would you like to visit me in Boston for Christmas? Just you, Lucas, and me. We could see the lights, go ice skating, visit the museums. Really, really, but just us three. Your mom and dad can have a quiet holiday at home. That would be amazing. After we hung up, I felt lighter. I could have a relationship with my grandchildren without being their servant. 2 months passed. Thanksgiving came and went. I spent it with my new neighbor, Dorothy, a widow who'd become a fast friend. Christmas was magical with Emma and Lucas. We made gingerbread houses, saw the Nutcracker Ballet, walked the Freedom Trail. They didn't ask about coming back. They just enjoyed being with Grandma. When I put them on the plane home, Emma hugged me tight. Grandma, you seem really happy here. I am, sweetheart. Good. You deserve to be happy. Then came January. I received a certified letter from Jennifer and Brad. They were suing me. The claim stated that since I'd paid off their mortgage and lived with them for 15 years, contributing to household expenses and childcare, I was entitled to, and they were claiming I owed them for room and board, totaling approximately $180,000. I actually laughed. Then I called my lawyer. This is absurd, she said. They have no case. You were a guest, and any contributions you made were gifts. But Margaret, I have to ask, are you prepared for this to get ugly? More ugly than it already is? Family lawsuits can be brutal. I know, but I'm not backing down. The case was dismissed within 6 weeks. The judge actually scolded Jennifer and Brad for wasting the court's time. But the damage was done. My daughter had sued me. I didn't hear from her for 3 months. Then, in April, my phone rang. It was Jennifer. Mom. Jennifer. Can we talk? In person? Are you coming to Boston? Yes. Just me. This weekend, if that's okay. Okay. When Jennifer arrived, she looked terrible. Exhausted, older somehow. We sat in my garden, tea between us. Mom, I don't even know where to start. The beginning is usually good. She laughed, sadly. I was so angry when you left. Furious. I felt betrayed, abandoned. Like, how could you do this to us? I stayed quiet. But then, everything fell apart. Brad and I had to actually figure out childcare. We had to split household duties. We had to parent our own children. She wiped her eyes. And I realized how much you did. Not just the tasks, but the mental load. Remembering everything, planning everything, caring about everything. Yes, I took you for granted. We both did. You weren't my mother, you were our employee. Worse, because we didn't even pay you. Jennifer, let me finish, please. She took a shaky breath. The lawsuit was Brad's idea. I went along with it because I was angry and I felt entitled, I guess, to your money, your time, your life. But after the judge dismissed it, after he basically called us ungrateful and exploitative, I had to take a hard look at myself. And I'm ashamed, Mom. I'm so deeply ashamed. Tears fell freely now. You gave me everything. You raised me alone after Dad's heart attack, you paid for my college, you helped with my wedding, you paid off our mortgage. And the minute you stopped being useful, I threatened to sue you. I reached across and took her hand. Jennifer, I forgive you. She looked up, shocked. Just like that? Not just like that. I've been angry, hurt, disappointed. But you're my daughter. I love you. And right now, you're doing something brave, you're taking accountability. We both cried then. I don't expect you to come back, Mom. I understand why you left. But I want a relationship with you. A real one. Not one where you're my employee. I'd like that too. And the inheritance. It's yours. I was wrong to ask for any of it. Thank you. We talked for hours that day. Really talked, like we hadn't in years. That was 9 months ago. Jennifer visits every other month now. Sometimes with the kids, sometimes alone. We have coffee, we go to bookstores, we talk about real things, her marriage, her struggles, my new life. Brad sent me a letter apologizing. I haven't responded yet. Maybe I will someday. Emma and Lucas video call me every Sunday. We have our own relationship now, separate from their parents. In me? I'm thriving. I joined a book club. I volunteer at a local literacy program. I'm taking an art history class at the community college. I've traveled to Montreal, to Maine, to Vermont. Last month, I went on a date. His name is Richard, he's a retired architect, and he makes me laugh. I'm 73 now, and I've never been happier. Because here's what I learned: it's never too late to choose yourself. For years, I thought being a good mother, a good grandmother, meant erasing myself. It meant sacrificing everything, endlessly, without question. But that's not love. That's martyrdom. Real love for yourself and others has boundaries. It has reciprocity. It has respect. Patricia knew that. That's why she left me that house, that money, that letter. Not just to give me financial security, but to give me permission. Permission to be Margaret Anderson again. If you're listening to this and you see yourself in my story, if you've been erased by your own family, if you've become the unpaid help, if you've forgotten who you are beneath all those roles, please hear me. You are not selfish for wanting more. You are not cruel for setting boundaries. You are not ungrateful for demanding respect. And it's never, ever too late to reclaim your life. Before we end, if this story resonated with you, please share it. Leave a comment telling me your story. I read every single one. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I'll be back next week with another story. And remember, you deserve to be more than useful. You deserve to be cherished. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm Margaret Anderson, and I'm finally living my life.